So we've got these pillows now isolated. They're on their own layer. We attempted to apply hue saturation, but we're just gonna leave it. Like I said before, if I wanted to change the color of these, I could boo, boo, boo. I could actually go into the let's go into the channels and let's see what happens when we take some of the reds and we just change the reds. I can really modify. Let's see what happens when we do the yellows. Yeah, it's gonna just sort of give you a little bit more control. But again, we're not too stressed out about it. Okay, we just like having like the shadows and the wrinkles and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna actually delete hue saturation. I'm going to make another layer. I can do that by hitting Apple J and then hitting Apple J again. Okay, and let's apply a pattern. And we're going to make our shadows. Okay, we'll turn the shadows off for now and we'll go pattern overlay. Let's double click and let's go to our pattern. And this is a giant. So this isn't probably going to work because we've got two pillows and the fabric is just acting as one layer. So let's do this right. And let's do each pillow individually. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to rasterize this layer mask. I can rasterize it or I can just flatten it. So let's merge, let's flatten. Actually, hang on, that's not the right way to do it. Why am I not finding what I need, guys? It might be because we have a layer mask on, but there's a lot of things we can do. So let's, for now, let's just convert this to a smart object, and that's fine. We'll do the same for the other one. Yeah, see, I can rasterize it here, but let's just go to smart object. Boom. Okay, so we've got our pattern fabric layer, but again, I want to isolate each pillow individually. So let's go to our select subject and see what happens. Okay, so it's selected both pillows. We can go in and let's define our selection. And let's just give ourselves a break here and we'll just, just paint out this pillow. It's a little tricky on your trackpad. And again, use your tools that you like guess guess and check which tools, like go and play with each selection tool. If you're not a fan of painting, like painting in your selection, you don't have to work with a layer mask, or sorry, a quick mask. You can literally just use whatever tool you found that you end up liking, okay? So for example, I turn the quick mask off. Let's say I want to go in and refine it a little more. I can use my quick selection. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to remove some of this by hitting Option. Boom, and let's see how good it does. Yeah, that's a little better. Right? It's all really personal preference. Okay. Oops. That works, and then we can get rid of that one. See how that does. Okay. Okay, so that is good enough for me. I always do that. I say it's good enough and then I tweak it more. But that's fine. Okay, so now I have just one pillow highlighted. Let's make a copy. Hit J, Command J or Control J. Now I have a copy of just the one pillow. And if I want to get the other one highlighted, let's see if we can save some of our work. Do me a favor. Let's select subject. Okay, we're on this layer. Let's go back down to our pattern fabric layer. Let's hit Control Shift I. Okay, so now we did all that work to highlight this one. We can just highlight the other one using this tool. And it should, if I hit Control Shift, or sorry, Control J or Apple J, it should give me a layer of just that one. Yep, it did. And then we can go in and let's refine this a little more. There's no layer mask, so in this case, you can just delete it using the eraser tool. Okay, so clean up the edges. Let's just get rid of these so that we have a nice clean slate to work with of just this other pillow that's behind. Okay, so for those of you that were in the Wednesday class, this will remind you of when we were working with the upholstery at the very end of the day. Okay, so I'll delete the shadows. Okay, so I've got one pillow on one layer, another pillow on another layer. So let's work with this main one. So now let's add our pattern. Phew. Double click, go to pattern overlay. This is a pattern that we worked with last semester, but I think I want to work with something I've downloaded. So let's add in this animal print. Yeah, loving this animal print. Very fun. Let's make it kind of graphic looking. Yeah, that feels good. And then we can just sort of tweak how we want it, which portion of the print. Perfect. And we can do two things. We can play with the blending mode now if we want, right? Multiply, the orange is going to show through. Color burn, overlay, right? But I think what I would rather do is I'd rather maintain the pattern just as normal. Hit OK, and then work with the shadows layer on top, okay? So the shadows layer, looks like it's empty for some reason. What did I do? I might have deleted it. That's okay. So let's just make a copy of this. Okay, we'll call this shadows. Okay, and we will remove the effect because we don't need that. We don't need the pattern on top of the shadows. Okay. And now, like I said, we can play with the opacity, the blending modes, all of that. If we don't want this orange cast to shine through, right, to go through that cellophane that we discussed before, we can take the color out in a couple ways, and I'll show you how to do that. But for now, if we just actually, there might be an option here. Yeah, if we go to hue, our work is done in terms of taking the color out. The only thing is now my shadows are a little bit disappeared. So again, all of this is sort of like a guess and check. So I think what I need to do is I need to take the color out of this layer. So let's go to hue saturation. Let's put the hue somewhere more neutral. And that's that. Okay, hang on. This video is getting really long. I'll start you a new one.